So many of them are new. The towers had just been built.
If you ask Professor Emeritus John Lienhart about the history of the University of Houston, he'll tell you it's the struggle for respect.
When I came here, people still talked about Cougar High.
He says that was back in the 1980s, and times have changed. He says the university has too, for the better. For a long time, it has had outstanding schools like mechanical engineering, but not everybody knew about it.
A university's reputation and a university's reality can be as much as 30 years apart.
The University of Houston wasn't always a university. In fact, it began as a night school started by HISD. It became the University of Houston in 1934. 2 years later, they bought the land where the current campus sits. When the university moved to the main campus, the one that exists now, it consisted of just two buildings. That building over there and this building over here. Now, it's amazing to think such a large campus could start with just two buildings, but it did. Started small but dreamed big, and the university archivist Mary Manning says this map is proof.
But this is great because this shows you that they really did have a plan for all of the buildings to look like this.
Then came World War II. The Navy built a few buildings on campus, but enrollment plunged by more than 50%. After the war came the GI Bill, and enrollment exploded.
Really boost the number of a lot. It also changed the composition of students on campus. There were older students. There were students with wives and children.
The next big change was integration. Chancellor Hoffman wanted it to go smoothly. It pretty much did, thanks in no small part to basketball.
There's a lot of talk about how the smoothness of integration at U of H. And I think what happened before this, about 10 years before with Elvin Hayes and Guy Lewis, they had such a wonderful team, and they had the game of the century.
And who could forget the Phi Slamma Jamma days? In recent years, the university has undergone a growth spurt. It's gone from a night school to a university with almost 40,000 students and nearly 300 graduate and undergraduate degrees. It has 4 institutions and 4 off-campus centers. Chancellor and President Renu Khator is determined to make this a Tier 1 university. So where does John Lienhart see the school heading? It's heading towards getting the respect he thinks it deserves.
I see the University of Houston being one of the dominant university forces in Texas.
And they're still dreaming big. At U of H, John Donnelly, Fox 26 News.